Hey guys, Dobby back at you with another story. A couple of experienced urbex guys, let's call them Mike and Jake, sneaked into this massive decommissioned coal-fired plant on the outskirts of an old industrial city at dusk. The place was a beast, towering turbine mills, catwalks dangling like rusty spaghetti, and control rooms that looked like they were ripped straight out of a 1970s sci-fi movie. Everything was, excuse me, sorry about that. Everything was coated in a fine layer of asbestos-tinged dust and bird crap. Classic paradise. They were geared up with headlamps, respirators, mostly for show, and a GoPro. First hour was gold, climbing 100-foot ladders to the top of a boiler, photographing gauges frozen at maximum meltdown readings, and joking about how one wrong step would turn them into human capacitors. Then things got stupid. They wandered into the lower levels near the old coal hoppers, where the floor was a minefield of missing grates and ankle-deep sludge. Mike, being the brave one, spotted what looked like a pristine, untouched control panel in his side room and yelled, "Dude, this thing's still got labels. Get a shot." He leaned in close for a dramatic photo, and his backpack brushed against a random lever that hadn't moved since 1987. Suddenly the building erupted with the loudest, most demonic alarm siren you've ever heard. It wasn't a polite beep beep, it was a full-on air raid wail mixed with a dying elephant, echoing through every metal corridor like the plant was personally offended. Jake froze. Mike's face went ghost white under the headlamp. "Run," they both screamed. But in total panic, they sprinted out in opposite directions. Mike ended up in a pitch-black stairwell, tripping over a pipe and face-planting into a pile of what he later described as industrial-grade regret and pigeon bones. Jake bolted down toward the exit, but took a wrong turn into a turbine hull and slid across a slick oil puddle like a cartoon character on a banana peel, slamming into a railing with a clang that registered on seismographs. The alarm kept screaming for what felt like eternity, probably 45 seconds, but time dilates when you're committing light trespass. They finally regrouped near the entry hole, panting, covered in grime, convinced security dogs or SWAT were inbound. They scrambled out, hearts pounding, and hid in the brushes like idiots. 10 minutes later, nothing. No cops, no lights, just crickets and a distant hum of a living city. Turns out the alarm was a long-dead backup system that still had a trickle of emergency battery power. The plant hadn't been truly powered in years, but that one ancient circuit decided to throw a retirement party. They sat in the dark, laughing until they cried, replaying the GoPro footage of their slapstick escape. Mike's final line as they drove away: "Next time we're bringing a priest and a fire extinguisher, and maybe a change of pants." Moral of the story: abandoned power plants don't give you power. They just remind you how quickly you could lose yours when a random lever says hello. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for putting up with my speech impediments and sneezing and my Shatner-esque pauses. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.